is W4GCM. KF4TXQ, Sam. Are you on frequency this evening and ready to give the official Gulf Coast Mullet Society Mystic Flight? KF4TXQ, Sam, are you there? Has anybody heard Sam?
Hang on one second. You there, Sam? Well, he was in here earlier. Richard, I'm sorry. I'm not hearing him right now. Go ahead.
So I'll go back and call him a bit later. Thank you for the help. W4GCM, are there any general announcements for the good of the net? If so, please come now, phonetically with your full call sign. Nothing heard. Are there any stations wishing to list items for sale or items that are needed? If so, please come now again, phonetically with your full call sign only. Let's take 30 seconds, fine-tune your rigs, and we'll continue on. This is W4GCM. Now with your full call sign phonetically. And your relays, please. Okay, I'm going to take general check-ins this evening, and I'm going to start with whiskey. Any stations having a whiskey prefix, please come now.
Whiskey Bravo 4, November Kilo Mike.
W4GUZ.
Whiskey 4, Alpha X-Ray.
W4KKK. W4II. Whiskey 4, Whiskey Foxtrot Lima.
Whiskey 9, Tango Alpha Bravo.
Okay, I have November Kilo Mike, I have Golf Uniform Victor, I have Alpha X-Ray, Kilo Juliet, Whiskey Foxtrot Lima, Tango Alpha Bravo. Whiskey
W4GUZ.
W4OLJ.
Okay, we kind of had a train wreck. Virgil, I've got you, OLJ. There were two other stations and they were on top of one another, so if you would please try again.
W4GUZ, Whiskey 4 Gulf United Zulu.
Oh, I have you. GUZ, is that correct?
Gulf Uniform Zulu.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Gulf Uniform Zulu. Yes, sir, I have you. Anyone else?
WA4II.
Juliet. The Juliet station, please.
That would be W4CDJ there, Richard.
Thank you very much. Anyone else with a whiskey prefix?
Whiskey Alpha 4, India.
Great. Anyone else, please? All right, we'll move on. Let's see. Anyone with a kilo prefix?
Kilo Whiskey 4, Zulu.
KO4SSY.
K4AMI.
Okay, I've got Yankee, Alpha Mike India, Victor Zulu, yeah, that's hard for me to say, John, and Tango Victor. Anyone else please with it? Kilo prefix.
Kilo 5, Hotel Foxtrot Golf. KA3IWS.
All right, anyone with a November prefix?
November 4, Juliet Kilo. Richard, the results for the WS station I had in the last group.
Whiskey Sierra Station.
Roger.
Okay, I heard a ZZ. Is that a viable call, or did I mismanage my letters?
No, that was a call.
Roger. Okay. Well, let's see. Art. Anyone else other than Art for the November calls? All right, Alpha calls.
Air Force 1 Zeppelin, AF1Z.
Alpha Delta 4 Quebec.
Okay, I have AF1Z, Mark, and 84Q. Anyone else? All right, I'm going to go back to the top, and we'll start with the whiskey calls. And a very good evening to everybody. Hope everyone had a very prosperous and gut-filling Thanksgiving. And I mean that with humor. I hope that you all had a very good meal and a visit with the family and so forth this past Thanksgiving. And we're looking forward to Christmas and the Easter. So I'm going to go to W4WFL. Please go ahead.
Okay, Richard, W4GCM W4WFL. I apologize if I got on the net at the wrong time. I'm not sure. I had kids running in and out of here, and I was completely distracted. So I hope I'm okay. But anyway, not much happening here other than I got a full house still from Thanksgiving and things going on, and now we get ready for Christmas coming up in about a month. So I guess we're all in the same boat on that. So anyway, I'm just glad to be here tonight, and wish best for everybody on frequency. So this is W4WFL in Pensacola.
W4GCM. I don't know how I did that, but somehow I got off frequency. And I think that I'm fine.
No, other than I plan to keep the transmitter on all this evening, and might try to talk some AM to anybody that's on frequency this evening. So anyway, 73s to everybody, and this is W4WFL.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Richard, and hopefully everybody copies the fact that you're going to be on the air for some time after the net, and that you'd like to work some AM, and I think that's the gist of your comments. Larry, WB4NKM. Larry, go ahead, please.
Okay, well, good evening to you, Richard. Good evening to all the mullets. This is Larry, WB4NKM, up here in Wise, Virginia. We've got 41 degrees. It's been a little bit warmer today than it was yesterday. Everybody's sounding good on my Hammerlin HQ170, and I'm running a Ranger transmitter, driving a Maritron amplifier, running about 150 watts into a homebrew half-wave in-fed. And good to check into the net. Terrific conditions. Everybody sounds great up here in Virginia, and we're going to sit here and enjoy the rest of the comments. Back to you, Richard, W4GCM, WB4NKM.
WB4NKM, that's Larry. Larry, thanks for your question. Pretty good copy down here. We've got some interference, more like static than anything else going on, QRM. But good copy, and hope everything goes well for you for the upcoming holidays. So thanks for your check-in this evening. Going to break with you, and go to W4GCM. Brandon, are you there?
Yes, sir, Richard. W4GCM, W4GUZ. And good evening to all the mullets, as Larry just said. And let's see, we're at 30, man, I need glasses. 38 or 37 or 36. We're in the 30s. I can't see. But beautiful day. It got up into the low 60s, I would imagine. I did not look at the thermometer, but spent most of the day outside. Sold a car, which was a good thing. Sad but good. And I got to spend the afternoon with my lovely wife. Been deer hunting. We've got 2 in the freezer. If we can get 1 more, we're set for the year. So, good day to be alive. Back to you, Richard. Good evening to all the mullets. W4GCM, W4GUZ on the Johnson 500 listing on the AR-88, North Carolina, about 40 miles north of Asheville.
Okay, Brandon. Well, thanks for your check-in tonight, and copied everything. Sounding good, as you always do, and I appreciate very much your checking in with me this evening. So we can break with you and go to W4AX. Mac, are you there?
Okay, thanks so much, Richard. W4GCM, W4AX, and thanks so much for running the net. Good signal up from Pensacola this evening. Copying you and John and Manuel and others just fine. Manuel, real fine on your Johnson 500. John has been keeping me informed on some of the progress there. And I'm glad I think you've got it on the air tonight. Around here, I've been restoring a Collins manufactured R390A. I've got it working back to fine form. And a BC 348 that was probably last touched in 1943. It was completely unmolested and had to replace 21 capacitors in it and do some other stuff, but it's playing fine as well. And Eddie, I finally got me a Gates console, so I've restored a Gates mono mote to go with my Gates transmitter. So I'll be pure Gates going forward. Finally, I make Christmas presents every year for the family, so I've been busy in Santa's workshop out making Christmas presents. Back to you, Richard. W4GCM. Thanks again, W4AX, Ball Ground.
Okay, Mac. Well, thanks for a nice check-in and nice information. And that's quite an accomplishment, being able to generate and manufacture your gifts for your family and friends. That's I like that a lot. Wish I could do the same. So we're going to break with you and WB4KKJ. Greg, are you there?
Richard, WB4KKJ. Just on the icon tonight. Other than that, everything is going good. Got some cool weather coming in, so a little bit of rain coming in tomorrow, as you well know. So, but anyway, I'll turn it back over to you. You're doing a good job, and appreciate everything you do, Richard. WB4KKJ.
WB4KKJ. It's Greg. This is W4GCM, Gulf Coast Mullet Society Net. And with that, we'll go to John, W4TP. I lean on John a lot. He's the manager of our net, and he helps me out a bunch, and I try to help him as best I can. W4TP, this is W4GCM.
Okay, Richard, good evening to everybody on the net, W4TP. Not much going on over here. Been working on projects other than AM. Trying to put a antenna tracking control on my Radioson receiver so the antennas will steer, and trying to get that done. I've been working on that, and a couple more AM transmitters over here too. So I'm glad I retired in a way September 1st, and staying out here way too much. So there you go. Doing a good job, Richard. 73 to everybody, and we'll see you, I think, maybe next week. I'm not sure. But anyway, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. W4GCM, W4TP.
Okay, John. Well, I'm glad that you've got a project that's involving you and challenging you mentally. I've come to appreciate that. It makes me think I'm younger than I really am. But appreciate your check-in this evening, and I appreciate all the help that you provide. So, John, we're going to there we go. Help me with that, John. John, we're going to bid you fair adieu and go to, let's see, I can't even read my writing. W9TAB. Tom, are you there?
W4GCM W9TAB. Appreciate it, Richard. Thank you for everything you have for calling the net. Everybody's sounding good down here in Florida. And Manuel, thanks for the woof there. You're sounding good down here. Tell you what, a lot of good signals. Supposed to get some rain moving in here. Anyway, on the Collins 32V2 transmitter, 35A2 receiver, D104 mic and homemade dipole, sulfur, inverted V. Anyway, I'm intrigued to hear what Mac's making Christmas presents. I bet he's probably a whiz in the wood shop. I'm just going to guess that's what he's doing. Anyway, okay, let's give it back to the net. W4GCM, W9TAB. Good evening, everybody. Thanks again, Richard.
You are very welcome. I know I'm stumbling around. I think it's too much on the holidays, or the past holiday, I should say. We were down in South Florida with my daughter and her family, and let us say that I did not go hungry. So anyway, a very good evening to you, sir, and let's see what, you're running on me up. All right. W4GCM, Virgil, are you there?
W4GCM in the net. This is W4OLJ. Okay, Richard. Thanks for picking me up there. You got a good signal up here tonight. Signals are awful good. I'm copying everybody down there in Florida, copying John VZS and John TP and just everybody coming in good. Max, he's rolling in as usual, and Brandon up there in Hawk. Brandon, what you said there about selling a car today, I gave one away today, so that's not hardly as good a deal as you got there. But anyway, I gave it to my granddaughter, and I seem to be doing a lot of that down through the years. I've give several of them away to daughters and granddaughters, and it never stops. But anyway, that's the way it's supposed to be, I guess. But anyway, we're enjoying all these good signals, and I'll kick it back to you there, Richard. Thanks a lot. W4GCM. This is W4OLJ in Sweetwater.
Okay, Virgil. Well, very nice signal into Pensacola, and I appreciate your check-ins and so forth, as I always do. And your signal was top-notch. Just a pleasure to work with your station. So, Virgil, we're going to work with you and go to W8. Greg, go ahead, please. W84, India. Greg, are you there?
WA4,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
okay. Sorry about that. I was across the room there fooling with something else. W4GCM in the net. This is WA4II. Well, hadn't accomplished a lot today, but I stayed in the house trying to learn how to operate a new amplifier that I got, and I think I've got it just about got it halfway figured out. Just about halfway, I say. Seems like propagation is not as good as it has been, but we'll make it. Everything's going to be all right. Expecting some rain tomorrow. Don't know if we'll get it or not, but some of the weather people seem to think we might. I reckon that's all W4GCM and the net. This is WA4. I think I got the right call.
WA4, India, Greg, yes, you do. You're doing fine. Good copy and so forth. And as I said before, I hope everybody has a great upcoming holiday season. We all look for the blessed day of December 24th. And I'm no different. I'm not terribly religious, but enough to know that we have a supreme being and he's looking out for us, hopefully. So anyway, let's break with Greg and go to Dan, W4CDJ. Dan, are you there?
Well, thanks, Richard. W4GCM in the Gulf Coast Mullet Net. This is W4CDJ. Dan in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Richard, I think one of the first times I worked here, I was in Sweetwater, Tennessee, kind of down the road there from Virgil, and I think we were both running a set of Drakes. I think I had a 2X4B, and I can't remember what you were on actually at the time, but it's been a few years back. Well, thanks for picking me up. Not a whole lot to say here. Good signals all the way around, for me being up here and y'all being down there. And I do appreciate you letting me in the net, and it's always a pleasure to check in with the mullets. And don't forget Sam. He hasn't done that mystic statement yet. W4GCM, Whiskey Forward Charlie Delta Juliet.
W4CDJ, Dan, thanks so much. And it's interesting that you say we worked one another some years back. I wish I could say I remember, but I don't. But that's nothing unusual for me in my 76 years of not remembering things in the present form. And I thank you for reminding me to go back and see if goodness me, here we go again. Shoot. Can't remember his name. Anyway, so we'll move on, and I'll recover carefully, and we'll look forward to speaking with KW4ZZ. Dennis, are you there?
Well, good evening, everyone on the Mullet Net. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. I don't really know that the conditions are getting better or worse, but it sounds like my noise levels come up here recently, but I won't hold it for very long. It's just a pleasure to be here. Talking on the FTDX 3000 this evening with a little help from the L7 amplifier to a dipole antenna. Good to be here. I'd like to wish everybody 73, and I pray that the Lord's blessings will be upon everyone that's on the net. Kilo Whiskey 4 Zulu Zulu, back to net control.
KW4ZZ, Dennis, thanks so much. And I recovered. My mental status is back intact. It was Sam that I was trying to call. KF4TXQ. Sam, are you there?
Roger, Roger. This is KF4TXQ, and I'm ready with a mystic statement when you are.
Oh, we're more than ready. Go ahead, Sam.
Roger, Roger. Thank you, Richard. W4GCM, this is KF4TXQ. It is the official Gulf Coast Mullet Society mystic statement. The mullet has a gizzard like a chicken. Could it be that the mullet is a chicken of the sea? Back to W4GCM. This is KF4TXQ. Over.
KF4TXQ, Sam, thanks so much. I could not remember your call sign, nor could I remember your name. Now, that's pretty sad, because I've been talking to you for years. And it's not my first rodeo, and I know it isn't yours either. But you sure, I don't know if you changed some unique things about your station, but you sound so good tonight.
Thank you, sir. Well, you sounding good too, Richard. And the band's been kind of up and down, but I've been working on the station in here. I've been kind of changing up my components. I've got sub-assemblies. I've got a tuner match unit that I use to couple my 7300 into the A13s, and that seems to be working out all right. So anyway, everybody's doing well tonight. I'm hearing most everybody pretty good. I've had a good supper, and so I hope everybody's doing well. So back to W4GCM and the Gulf Coast Mullet Society net. And it's good to be a mullet, swimming in the sea, having all you good AMers talking with me. Over.
Okay, Sam. That's Sam, KF4TSQ up around Lake Gordon. And boy, your audio is so nice. That's the thing I noticed right away. You just a great signal tonight, Sam. And my pleasure to talk with you tonight. So we're going to break with Sam and go to Billy, one of our net control stations, KO4SSY. Billy, go ahead, please.
All right, Richard. W4GCM, this is Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Sierra Yankee here in Murphy, North Carolina, where we have been pretty much in the house all day, and I ain't going to get into that spiel, but anyways, I hadn't been out today. So it was quite cold this morning, and it's going to get that way again tonight, I believe. There's some rain going to start setting in, so I guess we need it. Ain't going to complain about it no ways. Don't do no good. Now, if I was in North Dakota, I'd sure be wanting it. So I'm sure everybody needs it here too. So we're on the Johnson 500, listening on the AR88 RCA, and on the Dipole Cup for 3885 specific. No tuner involved, nor needed. So thanks for picking me up, Richard. Thanks for what you do, and I'll pass it on back and let the things roll on. W4GCM, KO4SSY.
Okay, Billy, well, nice, real nice signal, and no problems whatsoever. Audio's great, too, by the way. So I'm going to break with you, Billy, and thanks again for your check-in, and go to KA4AMI. Eddie, are you there?
Well, W4 GCM, this KA4AMI. Yes, sir, I'm here. And good to hear you, Richard. You're coming in really good tonight. And good to hear everyone else, too. And just a couple of comments. John, TP John, congratulations on retirement. I didn't realize that you were about to retire. But anyway, you'll enjoy yourself. It hasn't been exactly where I thought it was going to be, but COVID got in the way of the first couple of years. So, well, we're recovering too. And Mac, your audio sounds great tonight. I'm not sure which station you were on. I didn't hear you say. You probably did, but I was not listening correctly or something. And congratulations on your new console. That'll make your station complete there. Well, nothing much going on here. We're just getting ready for Christmas, Richard, and getting the last bit of the decorations outside. This is the last good day we're going to have till probably first of next week, because it's supposed to really rain here in middle to north Georgia. I'm not sure what's going to happen down in Florida. And hearing everybody from down there, the I-10 curtain must be down tonight, and pretty good conditions, actually. We're on the Ranger People's Radio, listening on a SX73 I just acquired a while back, and somebody dropped off a PV amplifier, a little small amplifier at my front door this morning. It doesn't really work, but the speaker sounds great, so I wired it into the SX73. So anyway, good to hear everybody, and we'll talk with you again next week maybe. And and hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. We certainly did here, and the scales are showing. W4GCM, this is KA480 AMI 73.
That's Eddie, and on his Ranger, and the Ranger sounds really good too. Everybody that I'm copying tonight has really good audio. Maybe it's just the fact that I haven't been on the air in a while, and it just sounds so good to be back. But I think in this case, I think it's just simply a very, very good, well-transmitted and well-modulated signal on the Ranger. So I'm going to break with you and go to my buddy here in Pensacola, K4VZS. John, go ahead, please.
W4GCM K4VZS. Well, I'm on that other people's radio. On the little Ranger and the QRF tonight. I won't tell you around the building or around the room here. Maybe next week I'll be in Johnson for QRF. But anyhow, everybody sounded good. And Virgil, I wanted to tell you, you're not by yourself. I'm getting ready to do the same thing here, probably not too long. Got to keep those kids and grandkids going. Mac is, let me say something about Mac. I don't know what he's going to make this Christmas, but I bet you it'll be beautiful. He does some great work. All is well in Pensacola. Getting a few things done and working my way down to my own stuff so I can start working on it. By the way, how's the Valiant doing, Richard? A little private joke here. Anyway, back to you. W4GCM K4VZS in Pensacola.
K4VZS. You know, John, I knew you were going to ask me that. And I'll just say it's status quo, and you know what that means. It stares at me every day. And all I have to do is solder 3 wires. But I haven't gotten that far yet because I don't have any place to put it once I get it fully operational. So anywho, thanks for the jab, and maybe we can get together for something one day real soon. So that's John here in Pensacola, K4VZS, and John, I appreciate all that you do for all of us. And we break with him and go to KW4TV. Manuel, go ahead, please.
Okay, W4GCM, KW4TV. Well, thank you for doing the net. You're doing a great job. Conditions are a little different tonight, but we're making it through them. Everybody's breaking right on through. I'm a little tired today. Had a trip yesterday and day before. Have to tell Art I've got a top secret mission. He'll have to do some digging to find out what I've been up to. But anyway, Art, I've got something new for you. Good for me anyway. But we'll see how it does in the near future. But everything's going good here. As I said, we've been laying around kind of chilly today. Be glad when it warms up, even if it rains. I don't like this kind of muggy, cold weather for Florida. I'm a kind of warm weather guy. But everything's good here, and we won't hold it up anymore, and we'll turn it back over to you, Richard. Always a pleasure on this here and hear from you. Okay, Mac, I wanted W4AX. Mac, you're really sounding great down this way, my friend, always. And we'll turn it back to you, Richard. Thank you for doing the net. W4GCM, KW4TV from the tallest mountain in Florida.
KW4TV, that's Manuel. He's one of our net controls as well. And thank him for all that he does. He stands in for a lot of folks when we have to travel or have an occasion that we have to miss our nets. And I thank you for that. And we're going to break with you and go to K5HFG. Dom, go ahead, please.
Okay, W4GCM K5HFG. Richard, good evening, and have a great signal. Everything looks good here. I'll crank that up a little bit and see if it doesn't sound better. Mac, your signal is full. Audio just the same, super. And Sam, you're 5 over here on Tick Ridge, and you're sounding good. And there is a little QSB that I think some people are noticing everybody. It's kind of deep. It's not long. It's late night for AM. I was up in Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving. I saw with his family. My goodness, sounds
they took half of it home with them before we got there. It was a great time, and I enjoyed it. Got back yesterday afternoon. And it's different weather than what we have now. It's 50 degrees here. It was 29 when I left up there. It was supposed to get a little colder with some freezing rain. So I don't know if they got that or not. I haven't asked my son. I'm sure if it was into trouble, I would. Thanks for letting me communicate with everybody tonight. I hope everybody's doing fine. Had a good Thanksgiving. And that's the wrap. That's all I got. For 73, everybody. I'll catch you next week. W4GCM. On Freq Ridge.
K5 HFG, that's Don on Peak Ridge. And Don, good signal. No issues whatsoever in copying you. And I want to thank you for your check-in all these many months and years. So we're going to break. And I obviously wrote this down incorrectly. And I don't really know for sure if I have the suffix correct, but I'll get a Sierra Sierra. And I've checked my log. I don't see anybody with that call sign. So that station, I'm embarrassed to say I did not copy fully. But if you're there, please come back and enlighten me as to your correct call sign. All right, I don't hear anybody. So I don't know what I did or anything else, and I'm not even sure that that's the correct call. It's kind of a kilo, not the suffix, but it was a kilo 4 or kilo 5, and it's something Sierra Sierra something or just Sierra Sierra. But I don't have it in my roster, so I don't know. Anyway, if anybody has the answer to this mystery, let me know, please. And with that, we'll break and go to N4JK. Art, go ahead, please.
This is N4JK. Hey there, Richard. And good evening to the net. I was not listening very closely, and I didn't write down the call sign, so I'm sorry I missed it. But I knew somebody was in there. Well, let me say first to Manuel, I'm nervous about whatever you're up to. Whatever it is, I just kind of have a feeling it's going to hurt. But we'll see what his next venture is. And Dan, W4CDJ, I just want to say hi to him. He's quite loud down here tonight. Richard, Kate and I took off up to South Carolina for Thanksgiving. It's the first trip we've made since she got ill 2 years ago. And it was just fun. We got up with her sister's family, and we cooked up a storm. We cooked up 4 pies, and those pies didn't last very long. We had a big old time. And one thing I did was I hooked up a mobile rig. I hadn't run mobile in a long time, worked 7251, and worked a lot of the South Cars folks there and back, and really did have a good time. Good trip. And we were away close to 2 weeks, and I will just say, the normal thing, it sure is good to be back home. Enjoying the net tonight. Conditions sound pretty good at my place. I'm hearing everybody. W4GCM from N4JK.
N4JK from W4GCM. Well, Art, your signal is very substantial. So I'm glad to know that you're copying everybody well. I am too. It's a good evening. And I'm so glad that Kate is now able to travel. We too went away for Thanksgiving, went down to Valrico in Florida, and spent it with my daughter and family. Stayed down there 10 days, and like you said, it's nice to come home. So I'm going to break with you and see what Mark is up to. Alpha Foxtrot 1 Z. Go ahead, Mark.
Hang on a second. Let me get squared away. You caught me completely by surprise. Hang on a second. get this thing plugged in here. Sorry, Art. This amateur radio stuff is sometimes W4GCM and everybody F1Z. I don't even know where my headphone jack is at the moment. But you guys are coming in great. Good conditions tonight. Everybody is coming in real well. No, that's not the one. Oh, let's try this jack here. Sorry, that's why they call it amateur radio, I guess. Oh, hello. Okay, jeez. I thought I was way down the list, Art. Richard, I'm sorry. I was listening to the net here out of one ear. Anyway, great to hear you guys. Happy holidays to everybody. From O'Brien, Florida, running a KW1 with the RBB, Navy receiver. Great receiver. Never fails me, and it has come up tonight just fine. Art, I was very surprised to hear you say you cooked hair pies for dinner. Then I realized that wasn't right. You cooked 4 pies. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, best of John Milner out there. John, I'm still mortally wounded that I haven't called you. I just, I'm getting old, I guess. Just had my 75th, and I'm still walking and talking, but I'm not functioning as well as I should be. Best to everybody, and thanks for getting me in here. Richard, you're doing a wonderful job as always. W4GCM and a group F1Z.
F1Z from W4GCM. Well, Mark, you sound good tonight. You sound like me. I've got a year on you, but I know the feeling. Anyway, we're thinking how to start the best we can. And for that, we'll just keep going. And Mark, I'm going to clear with you, AF1Z. This is W4GCM. And now going to Alpha Delta 4Q. Dave, are you there?
Roger. This is Alpha Delta 4, Quebec. Thank you, Richard. We're hearing everybody pretty good tonight. We've got a lot of static crashes. There's a huge storm just between Memphis and Little Rock. And it'll be here in the next couple hours, I think. So hopefully I won't have to worry about that after tomorrow, maybe. I think it's supposed to go through pretty fast. You guys may get it to the east of us tomorrow. We're on Viking 2 CDC tonight again in Barefoot and receiving an R390A. That's about it. So anyway, everybody's sounding good. Mac, you're, as you say, in FM full quiet. It sounded beautiful tonight. Glad you got that console. 73s to everybody, and back to you, Richard. W4GCM and the Mullets. AD4Q 73.
W4Q, and Dave, thank you for your check-in. And I've come to the end of my list as I currently have it. If there's anyone else that would care to check into the W4GCM Gulf Coast Mullet Society net, please come now.
This is November 4, Whiskey Delta.
November 4, Whiskey Delta. Go ahead, please, and welcome.
Good evening, gentlemen. N4WD. Name's Bruce. We're located in Fort, Georgia. And we're not running any antique stuff tonight. Only 7300 and the 811. So that's what we're doing here. Working on Collins 310B, recapping it, and trying to put a push-to-talk relay into a Viking Challenger that way back when I was in high school I modified from the 6BQ6s to 6146s, so I'm having to rattle my brain a little bit to get everything back in place. W4GCM, N4WD.
Before. I am him on our roster, and he's in Oglethorpe. And the 7300 is doing a fine job. this end, and want to invite you to come back next week and for the many weeks thereafter. So I'm going to break with you, Bruce. Is there anyone else who would care to check into the net?
W4MA.
I heard a W4.
Whiskey 4 Mike Alpha.
Whiskey 4 Mike Alpha, is that correct?
QSL.
Well, please go ahead and welcome to the net.
Okay, good evening, W4GCM. Richard, good evening, and good evening to the Mullets. This is Whiskey 4 Mike Alpha. Name is Bill. Bravo India Lima Lima. I'm in North Georgia between LJ and Dahlonega, Georgia. Running a Ranger 1. Curry amplifier. 75A4 receiver. Check in, kind of infrequent, but glad to be here. Just standing by for the rain. Looks like we're going to have some rain in the next day or so. Like needed. Anyway, I won't keep it. Just glad to be here, and thanks for picking me up, W4GCM from Whiskey 4 Mike Alpha.
W4 Mike Alpha, that's Bill, and he's in North Georgia. And Bill, I want to welcome you to the net, and I hope that you will continue to check in with us. We've been around for a while, and always extend a hand to welcome everybody, and you're no exception. So please check in with us again next Thursday and the Thursdays, many Thursdays thereafter. That's W4MA Bill in North Georgia. This is W4GCM. Is there anyone else who would care to check into the net before I close it? Okay, nothing heard. Let me get back to my preamble. And at this time, the Gulf Coast Mullet Society net will conclude. I wish to thank everybody who checked in and participated in our net this Thursday evening. Our next net will be from today at 6 p.m. Central Time. And your net control, boy, I should look that up. Let's see. It's going to be Billy, KO4SSY, and you'll have an enjoyable net with Billy. And now it's saying, where is he located? Well, I don't know. I don't remember. So anyway, we're going to move along. As a reminder, the following AM nets are held weekly on 3885 kilocycles in the AM mode. Monday, the W4AM annual AM net with pre-net starting at 6:30 and actual net at 7. Tuesdays, the W4AMI southeastern annual radio club net, swap net with pre-net beginning at 5:30 and actual net starting at 6. On Sunday mornings, the Florida AM group presents the Warren Ellie Memorial Net at 6 a.m. Central at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And also, please join the Collins Collectors Association AM Net held on the 1st, Wednesday night, on the night beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Ladies and gentlemen, the ladies, this is W4GCM, now returning the frequency back to amateur radio use and thanking everybody for checking in this evening. This is W4FUU.